8:46, welcome back. You're watching and listening to Breakfast with Anne and Martin. We'll go through the newspapers now. Stephanie Tecci and Susan Holder are with us. Thanks for coming in again. It's lovely to see you, Susan.
Yes.
Yes, Matthew Perry.
Yes, so Matthew Perry, who everybody presumably knows as Chandler Bing on Friends, who unfortunately fairly recently died, was not mentioned in the in memoriam section of the film BAFTAs that were held just a couple of weeks ago. And everyone was up in arms about this because it's such a shocking death, I think. We all feel we knew Matthew Perry so well. Friends is... I mean, I know there are some people who don't watch Friends, but there's not very many.
Not many.
It's on all the time, everywhere you go. And I you know, controversial.
So why didn't they mention it?
Well, we don't know why they didn't. They said it's going to be in the TV, because that was the film BAFTAs, and there's going to be the TV BAFTAs.
Yeah,
but he was a film actor as well.
He's done 2 movies, actually.
He's done like big movies.
Only Fools Russian, so he's had that credibility.
Tina Turner got a mention from Mad Men, which, I mean, it's not right to kind of pick up who was and who wasn't, because I would say that Tina Turner was right to be mentioned, but not to mention Matthew Perry on the BAFTA, I think was an omission. So his ex-girlfriend, who was also his PA, has come out and said, well, it was his dream to be mentioned at the Oscars. I don't expect it was his dream to be mentioned in the in memoriam section. But he was, what he always said he wanted to be remembered for, he knew that when he died, because he obviously had big struggles with depression and addiction, and he wrote a book that has detailed all of that, and he always said, I know it's going to happen, but when I die, I don't want the first thing to be Friends. I want them to say I did lots of work to help other people
which he did,
with depression and addiction. And I think he did do that, and I think if anyone reads his book, they'll know that. And that's why I wanted to say it today, to say that, really, that is how I will now think of him going forward. And he is such a familiar kind of... And controversially, I would say, is he the favourite friend? He's nearly everybody's favourite, because he was so funny. He was so intrinsic to that show. I do hope
they all
he gets
were. That was the brilliance.
But he actually was upset. He did a lot of the writing as well. Anyway.
All right, let's move on to the story we've been covering throughout the morning. But Steph, we were just about getting into this with you earlier. And that's Meghan Markle. Let's be honest, droning on about being abused. Woe betide me. She has a gilded lifestyle, and yet she made, once again, the subject of her speech, the fact that she's very hard done by. Tell us more.
Well, you know, she attended the Southwest by Southwest Festival in Texas yesterday, and she'd done a keynote speech, and she said that, you know, she's opened up about the cyberbullying she faced while she was pregnant with Archie and Lilibet. But what I found more intriguing was she said it was women who had been cyberbullying, which I'm not surprised about, because men have a relaxed approach maybe towards Meghan. They might not like her, but they're not actually going to go on Twitter and spew all this hate against her. But what I find interesting is she always talks about mental health, and when it comes to social media, people always say, don't read the comments, just don't look for it, because once you read it, you're going to almost just absorb all that kind of hate and criticism. But in Meghan's defence, curiosity always kills the cat. Sometimes you do want to know what people are saying about you online. And I think, you know, Meghan is the most talked about person. And I feel like even for her, sometimes it must be hard to block out. And, you know, we're in this generation where everyone talks about be kind, be kind. And I know Meghan's always going on about something, but she still has a right to express how she feels she's been treated.
It's a conundrum, because she has to be famous in order... They both now have to be famous in order to get the money in, because they have to earn their own living.
Good to use your platform for some good, wouldn't it, if you're that famous?
But how do you be famous as she is? How do you exist with that level of fame and not look at social media?
Don't listen, don't look at it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to... we all... Now I'm on TV just doing this. There will be comments that people will say. And I would say, actually, it's not just women who do that, in my experience. But I think Meghan's an interesting one. To go on an International Women's Day platform and call out women, it's an interesting take, Meghan. I don't know who does her PR advice, but I mean...
What if it's true?
Well, if it's true, is that the time to say it? Do you call it?
Why not?
Also, well, maybe, but she doesn't... Look at what she says about Kate. You know, she's not whiter and white there. She's not kind of, you know, out of the woods herself in not being able to say, I never do this. She could accentuate the positive more. I do think she should have talked about it. She has talked about it.
Yeah.
I don't know why she's still
Endlessly.
talking about it, because what she needs to do is say, bring up the positives, tell that audience, yeah, we all know that there's horrible stuff, but this is the good stuff that I get. This is the good stuff that I've seen. These are the people that I've met that are great. This is show people how to be better rather than just having a go at the people you think are being negative.
Maybe she's just addressing the elephant in the room, and also like Meghan and Harry are here to stay. They're going to be part of British culture, even though they live in LA. They're still going to be a part of this culture, and maybe she is trying to redefine that relationship with the public and just air out all this stuff so we can all move on. Because if you put something about Meghan online, people are just instantly going to criticise her. People don't get bored.
Yeah, but what she's done
Meghan.
is she's criticised those women who are trolling her last night.
Yeah.
And that's just going to invite more. I mean, that's what she's got to stop
And
doing.
also, you say, is it true? But if it's on social media, how on earth would you know the gender? They hide behind all sorts of names. There's not the real identities of those people. So that's a presumption on her part.
Hang on. As the token bloke on this panel, I think it is important because this online misogyny debate has been going on for years and years and years. What if it is other women? You know, a word I won't use, the B word. What if it is women being like that towards other women?
Well,
that should
we were
be
talking
called
about this in
out.
agreement. We've all been in the playground. We know how vicious other women and girls can be. I worked in newsrooms predominantly where it's a mix of men that actually help stop a lot of that, of women kind of being cliquey. And, I mean, you know, I produced Loose Women for many years. It's too many women in one place. There's too many women on production, there's too many women on staff. And people do get cliquey and a bit kind of like, oh, we're going for lunch, but don't tell her. Men don't act like that. So it's a good mix. So I know that women can be very mean. We've all had to deal with that but I don't know that online, when you can hide, it is.
I think as well what is hurtful for Meghan, and the reason why she brought the women issue up, because she said it was while she was pregnant. So if you're a woman and you've been pregnant, why would you then attack another woman when she's pregnant?
But if you were her friend or a sister or a mum, you'd say, don't look at your phone. Will you sort it? Do something else. And so she doesn't take her... But apparently they don't take advice very well.
No, they don't.
And there are a lot of good comments, and always have been about Meghan, because she is somebody it's very easy to press. She's very, you know, intelligent, she's very beautiful, she speaks very well, she has done lots of good things. There's lots of that there as well. But she doesn't concentrate on that, which makes it hard for other people to, I think.
And she's on the lookout for a new PR guru.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
That's one of the toughest jobs on the planet.
Well, you know, there is talk that she wants to relaunch her lifestyle blog, The Tick. So and she has a slate of films coming out with Netflix. So, you know, this is not going to be the end of Meghan and Harry. So we're going to be hearing about her more. So I think maybe she just needs to air out what her problems are, and then hopefully, who knows, maybe 10 years from now, Meghan might be well-loved by the public again.
I like your glass half full attitude. Suze, we got a quick blast. McDonald's have got a new uniform.
They have got a new uniform, which seems to involve jogging bottoms, jeans and sweatshirts and beanie hats. Now, it's fine. I understand they want to be comfortable. I have no problem with being colourful. But it just kind of raises the question for me. It says also they want to create a look that reflects who they are. Why? You're at work. Why can't you wear a uniform at work? What do you wear in your free time if what you're wearing is a sweatshirt and jogging bottoms when you're at work? I just wonder if it's not... I don't know. Is it an age thing? But are they not really ready for work if they're going to work like that?
It'd be hard to spot the difference between the customers and the people serving you. They look like a bunch of scruffs.
No, they do. They do look like... It is a bit scruffy. I do think, like, when you get on a really nice airline and all the air hostesses are all kind of with the little scarves and everything else, does it make you feel safe? I think it does.
Yes, I think it does.
I think what you wear, actually, when you're at work is quite important to your mental kind of attitude and the way you put yourself forward.
OK, we've got to leave it there. Whilst I have a coughing fit, Martin will tell you what's coming up.
Yeah, so we'll be covering all the big stories, of course. Thank you, Suze. Thank you, Steph. We have to go, but first, let's throw to your weather.